Affected appointees must step down from office on or before March 31, 2026 to ensure neutrality and a level playing field for all aspirants. The order was conveyed through an official circular signed by the Secretary of the State Government, Umar Ibrahim, which urged strict compliance with participation of public office holders in Still in the news, the chairman of the Buari Area Council, John Gabaya, has defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. Gabaya announced his defection in a statement issued on Wednesday in Abuja and signed by Chief Press Secretary Ernest Agada. According to the statement, the move is aimed at boosting development in the council through stronger partnerships with the federal government, while also representing a major political realignment ahead of the 2027 general elections. A 2027 presidential hopeful, Oluwadare Fajiri, has called for concerted efforts to restore the lost glory of Nigeria. Fajiri made the call while speaking with journalists in Ilorin, where he expressed concern over the current state of the country. States based in NAS lamented the increasing rate at which Nigerians are leaving the country in search of better opportunities abroad. According to him, the situation is heartbreaking, noting that Nigeria was once a nation where citizens believed in a brighter future at home. Fajiri, who is contesting under the platform of the National Rescue Movement, said his decision to join the presidential race in the 2027 general election is aimed at restoring the good governance Nigeria experienced during the First Republic. A fire outbreak on Tuesday afternoon razed a 10-room residential building in Ata compound, Oshiolorun Street off Asadam Road in Ilorin, leaving residents counting their losses. According to the Kwara State Fire Service, the incident occurred around 1:09 p.m., but firefighters were alerted late after occupants initially tried to put out the blaze themselves. The agency spokesperson, Hassan Adikule, said the entire 10-room building had already been engulfed in flames before firefighters arrived at the scene. Adekule said firefighters were able to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading to nearby buildings in the densely populated area. Preliminary findings indicated that the fire was caused by a power surge linked to unstable electricity supply, while the director of the service, Alabi Mohammed, urged residents to adopt safety measures such as installing surge protectors and switching off electrical appliances in unoccupied rooms. Still in Kwara State, no casualty was recorded as two vehicles were involved in a road crash on Wednesday morning along Yidi Road in Irewolide, Ilorin, the state capital. Diamond FM gathered that the crash reportedly involved two cars, with one vehicle colliding with another from behind. Meanwhile, eyewitnesses said the driver of one of the affected vehicles nearly ran into a motorcyclist but managed to maneuver the car to avoid hitting the bike rider. And moving on to news in Kebbi State, several military and police officers, along with civilians, were reportedly killed after gunmen ambushed security personnel in the Girimasa community of Shanga local government area on Tuesday night. Local sources confirmed that at least two residents were killed in the attack, while the exact number of casualties among security operatives remains unclear. Eyewitnesses said the gunmen had been operating within the community before they were traced to a construction company yard. Acting on information from residents, soldiers were deployed to the area but were ambushed on their way, with the attackers reportedly setting two military gun trucks on fire during the assault. As of press time, security authorities had yet to release an official statement on the attack in Kebbi State. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin. We go on a short break. When we return, Iran warns US against testing its resolve amid troop deployment. We'll bring you that story in foreign news and many others after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome Welcome back from that break. You're still listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM. Lauren, before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, Iran's parliament speaker Mohammed Bagher Ghalibaf has warned the United States not to test the country's determination to defend its territory following reports of additional American troop deployments to the Middle East. In a post on X on Wednesday, Ghalibaf said Iran was closely monitoring the movement of the United States in the region, particularly the deployment of troops. He cautioned that the actions of military generals could put soldiers at risk. The Iranian lawmaker also referenced Benjamin Netanyahu, warning that American soldiers could become victims of what he described as Netanyahu's delusions. He urged Washington not to test Iran's resolve to defend its land. Still in foreign news, South African anti-graft investigators have arrested 12 senior police officers over allegations of corruption and fraud, authorities said on Wednesday. The officers appeared in court in Pretoria as investigations into corruption within the police service continue. The arrests come amid ongoing probes ordered by President Cyril Ramaphosa into alleged high-level corruption in the country's police force. According to the National Prosecuting Authority, the arrests are linked to an allegedly corrupt contract awarded to provide health and well-being services to police officers. The owner of Medicare 24, Vusimusu Matlala, was also arrested and appeared in court alongside the officers. And that's it on foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, the camp of Nigerian national football team in Antalya has swelled to 21 players ahead of the international friendly matches against Iran's national football team and Jordan's national football team. Latest arrivals in camp include Ademola Lukman, Igobu, Rafael Onyedika, and Zaidu Sanusi, bringing a total number of players currently in camp to 21. Two more players are still expected to join the team. The team opened camp on Tuesday and will hold their first training session later on Wednesday. Under head coach Eric Chell, Nigeria will face Iran on Friday before taking on Jordan next Tuesday. Still in sports news, FC Barcelona are reportedly considering a move for Victor Osimhen ahead of the summer transfer window as they search for a long-term replacement for Robert Lewandowski. Reports indicate that the Galatasaray forward is among several strikers the Spanish giants are monitoring, although Julian Alvarez of Atletico Madrid remains their top target for the number 9 role. Osimhen has returned to the spotlight following impressive performances in Turkey, where he has scored 56 goals in 70 appearances for Galatasaray. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. Court dismisses cyberbullying charge against Shore, orders release of passport. Two vehicles involved in crash in Ilorin, no casualty recorded. Fire raises 10-room building as power surge ignite inferno in Ilorin. Gunmen ambush security personnel in Kebbi, kill several. On the foreign scene, Iran warns US against testing its resolve amid troop deployment. And in sports news, 21 players arrive Super Eagles camp ahead of Iran-Jordan friendlies. And those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day, in the year 2006, the government of Nigeria, under President Olusegun Obasanjo, agreed to release former Liberian leader Charles Taylor for trial? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091 606 27526, 091 606 27526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world. The news on the hour was edited by Adiyemi Adiwali. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Thank you for listening to your Shiny Supreme Station. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Diamond 87 FM on Instagram and Facebook, and at Diamond FM Ilorin on YouTube. Log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net. Happy midweek.